Hi, welcome to 2020 Tasty Treats, where we're doing some very delicious projects this year in 2020. This time we're doing some house sampler blocks. So as you can see, there's a whole load of blocks up here. We've been very busy making blocks. We haven't quite got to the end yet. This is a diagram here of the blocks that we are making. So in the meantime, we're up to block 19 out of 20, so there's going to only be one more after this. So this is the block that we're doing this time. So I've got everything cut out. If you've signed up on GourmetQuilter.com, you'll have this pattern. It's got all the cutting measurements and the instructions on it. And so I'm just going to show you how we're going to do all that. So in order to make this block, we've done some of these techniques before, so it's just a matter of making good use of some of these things. We're going to put our corners on our roof, and then we've got to assemble our house as well. So to do the corners on the roof, I have my roof rectangle. I have the corner squares of the background fabric, and on these we're going to mark a diagonal line that we're going to stitch on, and I'm just done my second line because I'm going to use my corners later. So we place one on one end with the diagonal line going that way, and we place one on the other end of the rectangle with the diagonal line going in the opposite direction, so that we're meeting, well, we're not meeting, but heading towards the top of the roof there. So that just needs stitching now on the diagonal line, and the second one if you're doing that, and trimming the corners away and pressing out. So I'll go ahead and get that all ready, or stitched I should say. So I've stitched my corners and trimmed away the corner that we don't need, and I'm just pressing these now. So I'm just pressing them out, and so there's our roof already made. So now we need to build our little house. Yes, we're making a house within a house this time. So we've got a door piece and two wall pieces here, and then there's another piece of the wall that sits across the door. So once the seams have gone, that will all fit. So I'm going to go ahead and make the whole of the little house bit there, and then I'll come back and show you how to assemble the rest of the block. So my house has a roof, and it has walls and a door, and now it needs to get itself together. So we've got a little bit of background to go either side, because the house is going to have the roof is going to be overhanging like eaves. So they just need to pop these two background strips on either side of the house, and then the roof can go, and it will all fit by then because these seams will take up the excess. And then the roof can go on top. So I'll go ahead and assemble my house, and then we've got to put the frame around it for the rest of the block. So I've gone ahead, I've put the roof on my house. It's always a good thing to have a roof on a house. And I've actually pressed the seam up into the roof, so just a little bit of encouragement on those corners so that it sits nicely. And now we just need to put the framework on so that it can sit inside its other house. And it's all going to be really good when it's all done. So I'm going to go ahead and put the frame on, and I'll come back and show you when the block is complete. So the last bits of the frame are on my house to go within a house. So we're doing really well with these blocks. There's only going to be one more to go. So this is block 19, which is looking pretty much like a house is going to go within a house when we give it its roof. Kind of funny, but fun just the same. So that was block 19 done, thank you. There's only one more block to go, so we'll see you again for block 20, the final one.